I don't make things up, but my point is that this stuff turns people off. It's not really controversial. The bonus hole? What is happening here? What? No way. She's not saying pussy too. That's the reason why we're mad. There's a new hole? Is it pussy too? What's happening? Was Obama right? I just realized. Pussy too is trans pussy. That's it. Trans woman pussy is pussy too. AKA the bonus hole, dude. What the fuck? Yo, Obama was right.
And pussy too.
Protecting the transgender community is important. However, when you move out of or move far away from making sure that they are not denied housing, making sure that they're not denied healthcare, when you move into like these more fringe areas of like, I mean, there was a story out of the UK this week, blows my mind. There was an LGBTQ group in the UK who suggested that instead of referring to vaginas as vaginas because it might be offensive to transgender men,
yeah, this kind of stuff I hate so much. Again, it's always like marginal shit. Like, who cares? And then you look into the story and it's always, bro, this is literally the GamerGate neck-bearded weirdos that used to cultivate a movement around like shitting on the Young Turks and all matter of progressive politics online in the 2014, 2015, 2015 era of online politics. You read a one-sided article that looks at like some extremely fringe shit and then you represent it as though this is like a community-backed movement. And then you get mad about it. It's like, instead of going, yeah, who cares about this? It's some random fringe shit. Shut the fuck up, please. And then move on and talk about the actual issue at hand, which is anti-trans legislation being passed at the state legislature level that is genuinely harmful, which I know Anna would probably consider as well. Like getting annoyed at a singular trans person or getting annoyed at like one random fucking fringe group being like, we can't call it a vagina, we need to call it something else. It's just so, it's silly. It's just unproductive. It's counterproductive if you are interested in defending trans rights. And look no further than...
But you can just condemn it and move on, right? You don't have to cape for it. You don't have to ignore that it's a thing. You know, like if a conservative brings up the bonus hole to you, and you're a trans supporter, right? Just like if somebody brings it up to me, like if I'm debating somebody on trans stuff, and I'm the pro-trans side, let's say, and they're like, oh yeah, but dude, what about the fucking bonus hole, man? I saw the bonus hole. That's crazy, man. Like, what the fuck? I'm not gonna be like, well, look, it's like we have to be understanding that some people are gonna have different definitions of words, and they're gonna like, I'm gonna be like, okay, no, that's crazy. I agree. Can we talk about something else? Because we both agree on this. And they're like, okay, like that's how it should go.
The likes of Ben Shapiro, who regularly do turn this into legitimate discourse, right? I mean, look at it this way. Are we really going to act like trans people are not genuinely consistently under attack by the right-wing media apparatus when, like, Anheuser-Busch made one fucking beer can with Dylan Mulvaney's face on it, and now they still haven't shut the fuck up about it. Like, the Republicans still haven't shut the fuck up about it. Like, they saw Dylan, one of these sick perverts, who almost always is a chaser, by the way, literally was refreshing Dylan Mulvaney's, like, Instagram page to be like, oh my God, she posted a photo. And then they found out that Bud Light had done, like, one SpawnCon on her fucking profile, and they turned it into, like, a matter of national news. I don't want to talk about this shit. I don't think it's important. I think it's very fucking stupid. And I think that whenever there are certainly cringe trans people too. I mean, cringe is not unique to any kind of subsect of society. And trans people or activists can sometimes be very fucking cringe. They can be empathetic, but then simultaneously be incredibly fucking cringe. Like turning that into a matter of national news instead of just going, fuck that, who gives a shit, move on. Well, then you're participating, whether willingly or unwillingly, in just justifying a space for more transphobia to exist. So what happened? Let's see.
Hang on a second. I'm curious about something. What was Hasan's take on the Covington Catholic kids? Did he talk about this? Or he probably called up something else. Nick Sandman? I think that was the name. Maybe he didn't talk about it. Okay. All right, fair enough.
Let's see what happened with the situation that she's talking about.
Might be offensive to transgender men. You know, one of the potential replacements or substitutes could be bonus hole.
Wait, bonus hole? Wait, it is actually bonus hole. Why bonus hole is going viral on Twitter and what the term means? First of all, is it going viral on Twitter?
I don't know what's going on with any one particular alternate term for any body part, but it's not illegitimate to feel uncomfortable with a given term and prefer a different one, Char42 says. She continues with, it's not good to try to standardize it, though. It's a local issue within friend groups, really. But I wouldn't want to throw all peers under a bus by dismissing alternate term. Like, this is something too that I'd considered. Like, if you're in like a group of friends and like you want to call like your like this is something that guys do, right? They'll call their dicks like fucking weird nicknames like fuck. What I'm trying gotta drain the snake or whatever, right? Like that's 100% like a thing that happens. But like if there were groups out there that were calling for us to change the word penis to snake, like I'd be like, what the fuck? Or actually, snake's not even that cringe. Like pick something else. Like we're gonna call it the long snake or the the bonus snake. I don't know. Like pick whatever you want. Like I feel like that'd be pretty fucking wild. Like okay, you want to do that amongst your friend group? Like that's totally cool. Whatever. Who gives a shit? But when you like want to change this in the world, and you're like gonna create an activist movement to make this a thing, to try and like force this on everyone else, like that's fucking wild. Like yeah, sure, like yeah, if you're in a friend group, like and you want to talk about that and use whatever term you want, like yeah, sure, whatever. But don't put it on other people. And also, if you're an activist, this is something I made a video about. My most recent clip video, or less on my main channel. That is not my second channel. My most recent one on my main channel was actually talking about this, about when I was a representative of GamerGate. Like Char, there's a reason, or Hannah, there's a reason you're in my chat right now and you're still talking to me. And we had a conversation, a pretty good conversation. I think painted trans people pretty well like a week ago. There's a reason you're still talking to me, because as a representative of GamerGate, I viewed it partly as my responsibility to always put my best foot forward. I recognize that people look at me, they don't just see Tachyon, they don't just see Netscape, right? They see GamerGate, or they used to, right, back then. So I had to always operate with dignity. And like, did I have like some fuck ups and like, was I a dick occasionally to people? Like, probably, yeah. But 99% of the time, I always tried. I always tried to put my best foot forward. I always tried to represent myself well and represent GamerGate well, because like I'm not just me. I'm representing a movement, and people are relying on me to do a good job with that. And so, if I'm an activist for a cause, I feel like I have to always try and be on my best behavior and try to win hearts and minds and not be an asshole. Like, or not come up with crazy stuff too that's gonna make us look bad.